The Forest of Whispering Trees. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between green hills and flowing rivers, there lived a young girl named Alara. She was curious, brave, and had a heart full of dreams. Alara had grown up listening to the stories her grandmother told, tales of enchanted forests, magical creatures, and lost kingdoms. Her favorite story was about the Forest of Whispering Trees, a mysterious woodland said to hold ancient wisdom and hidden secrets. No one in the village dared to enter the forest. They believed it was cursed, that anyone who entered would never return. But Alara wasn't afraid. On the eve of her 16th birthday, armed with a map drawn by her grandmother and a small lantern, she set out to find the truth. The forest was dense and alive. Leaves rustled not just with the wind, but with voices. Whispers echoed from tree to tree, as if the forest itself was speaking. Alara walked carefully, listening closely. She is the one, the trees seemed to say. She can break the silence. As Alara ventured deeper, she met strange and wondrous creatures. A fox that spoke in riddles. A stag with silver antlers that glowed in the dark. An owl that carried messages from one tree to another. Each offered her advice and clues, but none could tell her exactly what she was meant to do. Eventually, Alara came to the heart tree, an enormous, ancient tree with a door carved into its trunk. She stepped inside and found a chamber filled with light. In the center stood a mirror, but it did not show her reflection. Instead, it showed her memories, her fears, and her hopes. A voice, soft and old, filled the chamber. "You are the first to come with a pure heart in 1,000 years," the voice said. Long ago, this forest was alive with laughter and stories. But when people stopped believing in magic, the forest fell silent. Only one who remembers, one who believes, can awaken it again. Alara closed her eyes and remembered every story her grandmother had told her. She spoke them aloud, one by one. The mirror glowed. The walls shook. The whispering grew louder and louder until it became music. When Alara stepped out of the heart tree, the forest had changed. Flowers bloomed in impossible colors. The trees no longer whispered, they sang. And Alara knew the forest would never be silent again. She returned to her village, not just as a girl with a dream, but as the keeper of a forgotten magic. From that day on, the Forest of Whispering Trees was no longer feared, but loved. And every night, children would sit around Alara to hear stories of a girl who believed, and brought a forest back to life. The Forest of Whispering Trees. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between green hills and flowing rivers, there lived a young girl named Alara. She was curious, brave, and had a heart full of dreams. Alara had grown up listening to the stories her grandmother told, tales of enchanted forests, magical creatures, and lost kingdoms. Her favorite story was about the Forest of Whispering Trees, a mysterious woodland said to hold ancient wisdom and hidden secrets.